What is going on YouTube? All right, it's been a long time since I did this, but I'm going to be going over my entire collection with you guys today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. All right, so we're going to start down here in my living room where I got a few pieces. Then we're going to go upstairs where the real collection's at. So one of the pieces I have down here, this is a really cool set. These are baseball merchant comics, complete set from 1882. They made these in the 1880s, basically for advertisements. Now you can't see it because of the framing, but these are all graded by PSA. And it's just a cool little set to have. And think about, you know, how old a set like this is. It's beautiful. Now speaking of old, so this right here is a beautiful frame display that I recently got back. We got Thomas Johnson versus Isaac Perrins from 1789. This was an epic bare knuckle boxing match, and these coins were to commemorate that fight. And like I said, these coins are from 1789. Just truly historic. Now this piece I've had in my collection for over 20 years. This is 12 Golden Glove signatures, and you got a few Hall of Famers in there, but it's just a beautiful display. Some nice autographs. You got a few Hall of Famers, some stars in there, and it's just a really cool piece. And of course, everybody remembers this, my Cy Young personally owned pipe. I love this piece. Just so cool to own a pipe that was owned by the great Cy Young. All right, so now we're gonna go upstairs for the rest of the collection. All right, now we're up in the bedroom. All right, so I almost don't even know where to start, so I guess I'll start up top here. So we got a Bill Dickey signed photo. It was actually a gift from my dad some years back, and so was this Phil Rizzuto signed photo. We got an Ernie Banks signed Cubs hat, Al Kaline signed Tigers hat. Got those both signed in person. Really cool to meet them. This is a nice bat signed by Dave Winfield with Hall of Fame 2001. And this is an early 1930s store model H&B Rogers Hornsby bat. That's pretty badass. All right, so over here, we got cards of Hall of Famers and All-Stars starting from 1952 tops, working our way through the 50s, all the way down through this, you know, going into the 60s. So most of these cards I've had for a very long time. And keep on going. Like I said, some great Hall of Famers here, all the way down to the 79 Munson. We got a 1962 Roger Maris action baseball game with a Mickey Mantle Big League Baseball game from the 1950s. Up here, we got a couple plaques that were actually personally owned by Hall of Famers. This plaque was owned by Phil Rizzuto, came from his estate. And this plaque was owned by Gary Carter from his estate. This is one of my favorite pieces right here. This is a game-used bat used during the 1980 season by one of the greatest hitters of all time, Rod Carew. Got a full letter from PSA on this. It's the only game-used bat in my collection. You can even see where the crack occurred and it was kind of glued back together, but just so badass having a game-used bat from the great Rod Carew. All right, go down to this first level. First of all, I just wanted to say this cabinet was a gift from my parents. Some friends of theirs were moving and getting rid of it. This cabinet itself is from the 1940s, so that's pretty cool. So here we have an array of autographed baseball, and we got, you know, vintage tobacco cards like this. We got, you know, Johnny Mize over here, 48 Bowman, 49 Bowman over here, Yogi Berra. You know, like got a Waite Hoyt signed picture. Nice Bob Feller. 56 tops with the autographed ball. Nolan Ryan. Little faded, but that's a Cal Ripken Jr. Phil Necro with some inscriptions. We got Mariano Rivera, Lou Brock, Don Larson. Got that Don Larson signed in person. Yogi Berra. That was my first autographed baseball I ever got. This is cool. We got a nice Ricky Henderson with the inscription 24 with a Ricky Henderson rookie. And this is a nice little piece. Little saying from Ty Cobb. Not as cool as an autograph, but it's pretty close. You got a Duke Snider over here. Now this is nice. It's my 1961 Yankee signed baseball. You see Roger Maris right here on the logo side, but of all the signatures on here, everyone is authentic except the mantle. The mantle is the only one that's clubhouse. But the Maris is legit, the Berra, the Whitey Ford, the Ellie Howard. Mantle's the only one that's a clubhouse, but this is just an awesome ball to have. Thinking about the fact that during the 1961 season, during that home run race, they signed this ball. It's awesome. And speaking of Mickey Mantle, got his autograph right here, along with a Willie Mays. But this is the ball that takes it all. This is my Babe Ruth. According to JSA, this was signed between 1931 and 1934, which is badass because that means this ball was signed while Babe Ruth was playing for the Yankees. Nice red and blue stitching, an old reach ball. One of my favorite pieces in my collection. All right, we're going to come down to the next level here. And here we have some relic cards. This is a nice one with a Bobby Thompson. We got a signature and a jumbo jersey patch there. You got Lou Gehrig, nice one with the pinstripe going through. Rogers Hornsby. Here we got a Yogi Berra patch with a old pin. Look at that, Larry Berra. This is cool. So A.G. Spalding. This is a Perez Steel postcard from the Stan Musial collection. Over here we got a cool Papa Bell on a nice Hall of Fame plaque. This is pretty cool. 1935 Babe Ruth scorer. Here we got a golf ball from the Joe DiMaggio collection. This was actually one of his personally owned golf balls with his name stamped into it. Pretty cool piece. This is cool. This card is from the Lionel Carter collection. It's always cool to have something from a famous collection like his. This is one of my favorite pieces of all time. This is my Casey Stengel, personally owned and signed, preferential treatment Hilton Hotel card with his address and everything. I mean, how cool is this? Just back here that's a Chris Chambliss signed mini bat. Met him in person, so that was a cool little piece to have. This card is from Roberto Clemente's personal collection. It's just awesome. Look at that, Roberto Clemente collection. Back here, we got a Roger Maris jersey. We got a Thurman Munson triple jersey, actually. And back here, we have a Warren Spahn postcard. That one is from the Ted Williams collection. So I got two of these Perez Steel postcards from Hall of Famous collections. This is cool. So this is a 1978 Yankee schedule that my dad had given me back in the day. So I had met Bucky Dent, Goose Gossage, and Ron Guidry and got all three of them to sign it. That's pretty badass. Over here, we got a 1951 Topps Redback, unopened sealed pack. Pretty cool. All right, down here, we're going to go to some of my boxing memorabilia. You see right here, we have a glove signed by Sugar Ray Leonard and a glove signed by Tommy the Hitman Hearns. We got a nice leaf card of Sugar Ray Robinson. This is pretty cool right here. 1887 John L. Sullivan from back when he was champ. And we got 1901 Gentleman Jim Corbett. Now here we got the signatures of Joe Louis and Max Schmeling. Those two definitely made history. And it's cool to have both of their signatures and a ticket stub from their second fight in Yankee Stadium in 1938. How badass is that? We got a signed photograph of the Manasseh Mauler Jack Dempsey. And over here, the Cinderella Man. We got a 1936 Mitchell & Son Jimmy Braddock, graded an 8. Pretty badass to have an 8 from 1936. Down here, got a Brooks Robinson signed glove. Got that in person too, on a Brooks Robinson model glove. And this is one of my really oddball pieces, just a child's beanie cap from the 1940s with Joe DiMaggio. I love finding cool stuff like this. Speaking of oddball, here's an oddball piece. What a tennis racket be doing in my collection? Well, it made its way in because of that label. Ty Cobb brand, WB Jarvis, Detroit, Grand Rapids. I mean, how cool is this? I mean, this tennis racket is like 100 years old. It's got a sticker that says Ty Cobb on it. I love finding stuff like that. And over here, this is a nice little display I put together. So we got a 1914 Cracker Jack card of Hank Gowdy. And I found kind of like a reproduction Cracker Jack box put in the little display. Over here, we have a Tris Speaker signed postcard. These are some of my nicer autographs here. We got a letter signed by Connie Mack from 1937. Here, this is history at its best. The first baseball game ever played on the Elysian Fields. And this man was playing for the team, Walter T. Avery. And this is a nice book ledger page. Just to think about the fact that the guy who signed that page played in the first baseball game of all time is truly amazing. All right, let's go wrap around here. This is a full letter from Eddie Collins in that beautiful Eddie Collins handwriting. And you see he even initialed it down here at the bottom, but that's just a beautiful piece to have. A nice full letter written by the great Eddie Collins. Over here, we got the Beast, XX Jimmy Fox, signed program. Also have Vince DiMaggio on the program as well. And another great Rogers Hornsby signed program. Now there's a bunch of signatures on here. There's also a Lou Boudreau up here, another Hall of Famer, but Rogers Hornsby is the reason I got this. And this really isn't that long before he passed away. This old program. This one, speaking of the origins of baseball, this is James Wenman. And he was an original New York Knickerbocker, just like Walter Avery was. And this is a nice check filled out by him. Look at that, 1868. That check was filled out. It's just so badass. Now, usually I do not have this out on display. This is usually in my safe, but took it out for today. So this is my 1961 Topps complete set. I take this out once in a while to look through it. Took me a few years to put this together, but it was just a blast to put this together, you know, just piece by piece, start to finish, and put together a store collection. And of course, when you think of 61, that's the guy you think of right there. Okay, moving up here, we have a Hall of Fame plaque postcard signed by the great Satchel Paige. That was actually a gift from my father too, a very long time ago. And because it wasn't authenticated at the time, he got it for an amazingly cheap price. I ended up getting it authenticated. It was legit. And wow, what a beautiful find that was. Here we got a check signed by the great Mickey Cochran. It's really cool. And just letting everybody know, if anybody's wondering who doesn't watch my videos, all my autographs are either authentic by PSA, JSA, Steiner, or I got them in person and saw the individual sign it. Just like this piece right here. At this old Beckett magazine from 1995 when Gehrig's record was broken by Cal Ripken Jr. Got Cal Ripken to sign it, and he loved the fact that I still had this magazine. He thought it was so badass. Here, got a Whitey Ford signed photo and a 1951 Burke Ross Whitey Ford rookie. Met Whitey Ford in person, he signed that photo. This piece is pretty funny, but most people have no idea what this movie is. So this movie, Diminished Capacity, it's a good movie. You know, it's a cute family movie, but it's the card depicted in the movie is the Wildfire Schulte T206. So I picked up a Wildfire Schulte, put it in display with the with the DVD cover, and If you get a chance, check it out. If you like baseball cards, you'll like the movie. This is cool. So, back in 1995, went to a Yankee game. This is back when Pogs were huge. So, this was like the door prize. This was like the giveaway. You know, you come to the game, I think it was like, you were under a certain age, you got this Pog sheet. So, my dad told me, he said, don't pop those out. Say, keep them in there, might be worth something. So, over time, I never popped them out of the sheet. And I ended up getting the autographs of Don Mattingly, Paul O'Neill, and Bernie Williams. So all three of them got to hold this piece and sign it. And they all thought it was pretty cool that I saved it. Over here, another guy I met in person, the great Frank Robinson. I found this little display from his rookie year, actually, in 1956 with the Cincinnati Reds. So I got him to sign right there. Now this is one of my most favorite parts of the collection. This is the first 5 inductees into the Baseball Hall of Fame. My favorite card right here. So this is my 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth, the number 149 card. We got the T206 Ty Cobb, red background. We got a nice, what they call a P2 pin, Sweet Caporal pin of Christy Mathewson. We got a Polo Grounds game, 1914 Honus Wagner. And from his last year in the majors, we got a 1927 Walter Johnson card. So I just love putting this. I loved when I put this display together. The first 5 inductees of the Hall of Fame, all period pieces. So up here is another nice display. We got nice T206 John McGraw. We got a 1887 Allen and Ginter Chaz Bennett. Got a 1955 Golden Stamps Jackie Robinson. This I got in my first time ever going to Cooperstown. This nice T206 Miller Huggins. We got a T205 Gold Border Hugh Duffy. Got this my second time in Cooperstown. This is a 1928 Yingling's Ice Cream Tris Speaker. Now this is an amazing piece. This is an 1887 Tobin Lithographs Mike King Kelly. How badass is that to have a King Kelly card in your collection? And that's a beautiful example. Over here, we got a nice Buck Weaver from the 1919 to 1921 set. Now, everybody knows Buck Weaver was playing third base for the White Sox during the Black Sox scandal. But he was the one actually who didn't throw any plays, didn't do anything wrong. The only reason he got kicked out of baseball is because he didn't rat on his friends. It's a damn shame. Over here we got a 1958 Topps Mickey Mantle All-Star card. Over here we got a 1933 Gaudy Lou Gehrig. Over here, how badass is this? 1936 Gaudy Premium Joe DiMaggio. 1933 Gaudy Rogers Hornsby. And a 58 Topps Roger Maris rookie card. All right, if we make our way over. Okay, and up here we have a Derek Jeter game-worn batting glove. I mean, how cool is that? With the letter signed by Jeter as well. Just one of the most amazing pieces in my collection. Nice Derek Jeter game-worn batting glove. And speaking of Jeter, we got some nice rookie prospect cards. We got the 92 Upper Deck Minor League graded to 10. It's a pretty badass card. We got the 93 Topps Gold, 93 Upper Deck Gold Hologram. And of course, everybody knows this card, the 93 SP Foil. I'm so glad I got that card when I did, because that card keeps going up and up and up. All right, down here we have some autographed rookie cards of Hall of Famers. We have Andre Dawson autographed rookie. We got Paul Molitor. We got Wade Boggs and Frank Thomas. Pretty cool collection right there. We got some more vintage autographs down here. We got a Billy Martin 1961 post serial cards autographed by him. Got a Leo the Lip DeRocher, Charlie Gehringer. I mean, who has a better signature than Charlie Gehringer? I always loved his. And of course, the master of the screwball, Carl Hubble. Down here, we have some tickets from Hall of Famers 3,000th hit games. You know, we got Tony Gwynn, we got Cal Ripken Jr., Eddie Murray, Paul Molitor. Some pretty cool pieces to have. Just a shame I was never actually at any of these games. This is a nice vintage B18 blanket of Frank Chance. Just a nice, cool little piece to have. And here, what more perfect to have than the corner of a sports room than a corner pad? And this one is signed by the great Jake LaMotta, Raging Bull. On here, he signed it Bronx Bull. That's a really cool piece to have. Of course, my Mike Tyson Punch-Out NES game, signed in person by Mike Tyson. We got a Carmen Basilio signed photo and a Willie Pep. Here comes my favorite fighter of all time, Rocky Marciano. That's a beautiful autograph. It's actually signed in 1954. So this was signed while he was champ. And of course, we got to go to the greatest pound for pound fighter of all time, Sugar Ray Robinson. And that is a nice autograph. And I love how it says, "Dear David." It was like it was made for me. Well, everyone, that was my collection. I really, truly hope you guys enjoyed it, because I always love showing off my collection. It's been too long since the last time I made one of these videos. But it's good times. Good times. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. And as always, I will see you guys next time.